Warframe, where I usually talk about whatever that comes to my mind. Before we get into it, let me just turn down the volume a little bit. I like to keep my volume a bit more, lower, so that's the way I can hear myself and I can hear anyone who appears to be in the chat. At least when the the text-to-speech voice is on, because sometimes it doesn't really capture anybody's voice if it's completely spammed, which hardly I ever get in the chat, because I don't have a based audience or demographics. So. Hopefully you guys' days and nights are well and safe, protected, and secure, because it wouldn't be a Tanuki stream without at least someone, anybody out there, at least having some sort of protection and being safe at home. Because Corona is still a thing, and no, I'm not sure if they're going to find any cure for this, but I think it will die down eventually. You just got to give it some time, you just got to be patient. So for those who are just willingly just bored of being in the house all day, I could say the same thing as well. I can understand as well. It's not as, I guess it's not as normal as it was before. But to be honest, if I were to say something, and this is coming from a person who obviously gets bored a lot and sometimes complain about it, there's other ways to to conquer your boredom, besides just not doing anything. I mean, I get this a lot too. I mean, fortunately, I'm guilty of actually being this particular way. But for anyone who is bored, lighten up. Try to at least do something that seems to be apprehensive, or that seems to be interested in your favor, like playing video games, composing music, whatever that seems to best fit your interest. Or hell, even start a conversation with someone online, or have a chat, try to be in contact with friends and family and such. Many ways to do while being inside doors, And as a person who does complain about being inside and feeling a bit, isolated and distanced from everyone else who appears to be in the working field, or at least appear to be in the publicity before this happened, before the quarantine, I will say, I can't really do much about it besides, I guess, getting over it, But that's just my opinion. Anyways, I want to talk about some sort of subjects that I have titled in the Discord. Have I titled in the YouTube box video, and one of it is a subject that I cannot relate to. Hold on, before we get into that, let me just shield myself real quick. This would be a lot more easier if I had fucking, Streamlabs open, or my bad, if I had a video director open, I could chop this up into bits. But going on a computer and then recording it and then cutting bits of it might take a while, so I don't try doing that. But let me just share this real quick, because I want to talk about some certain things that today's youth don't really be taught. Today's youth doesn't quite have the understanding of what they actually learn. My bad. Let me rephrase that. I want to talk about today's youth about education, and we all know that education is basically a systematic thing that usually, that's necessary and important and mandatory for your whole life of being in school until you graduate from senior year, right? And one of the subjects that I think that will be aggravating at some point, especially if you're in high school, would be algebra. And I'm saying that as an annoying subject that is not needed, you know? Like, I've been wanting to talk about this all day because I was watching like a lot of unpopular opinions on Reddit. And most likely, as a Reddit user myself, I don't really like make posts about the things I like to post on Reddit, mainly because Reddit seems to be more positive friendly thing, right? So if I were to post any memes related or anything in regards to being in the sake of being sarcastic, eventually I either get banned, number one, or number two, I somehow get a strike. And it wasn't the first or second time that I got a karma strike with fucking Reddit. Yeah, apparently by just me posting Amigo logs on there, I got one karma for it. Not sure what I did, but I guess I must have I don't know, went against their whole terms of rules of not posting things that are not recommended in the community, such as r/Amigo. Even though I legitimately posted on r/Amigo because that's where I have made conversations between here and out with memes and such. It's like Amigo to me is usually like the spare time of me just instantly just trying to get a reaction out of people who also knows the meme as well. I like to fuck around. But let me get back to the subject thing. Alright, so if any of you guys like ever wonder what subject that seems to be a bit unorthodox, like, you know, algebra, trigonometry. Was it trigonometry or trigonometry? Let's see, science, I would say equations, graphics, formula, everything that has to equate to like math, right? Like, you ever like have those days where like you've been giving like, you know, so much like work to do, especially when it comes to algebra, that you just no longer feel the need of like doing it anymore? Let me put it this way. You ever get like sick and tired of doing algebra to the point where you no longer want to do it? That's what I meant to say. Anything that has to do with math, basically. Because I know one subject in particular that seems to be stupid and pointless. And I'm going to name them, since the title says it all. One of them would be, obviously, algebra. Why I think that algebra is pointless? Well, you're not going to really use this in a day-to-day life, okay? You're not going to get up every morning and count all the equations and the number in algebra. You just wouldn't need that, okay? That's number one, you know? I mean, if it's not a mandatory thing to use in the social world, then why make it a subject in the first place in school? I mean, that's my opinion on that. I'm not sure what you guys think. I just think algebra seems to be a bit not important, but I guess fun related, you know? I mean, because I actually enjoyed learning algebra when I was in high school. I mean, only algebra 1, because it seems to be like it was me at the brink of just learning it, so I kind of got like adapt to it. But then the second subject, which I'll go for now, is graphics and graphs and formula, which I think formula would be more like the consistency of consistency, the equation of construction working, or anything that has to do with like measuring any types of scales and shapes, like, you know, anything that requires blueprints, such as like carpenting. I would say construction working. What else? And I guess fashion designing, if that counts. I'm not sure if formulas are used to make graphic designs, fashion designs. I'm not sure about that. But I don't see that. I see that I also see that as another pointless subject to learn. You know, And I'm just naming a few, you know. I'm not gonna name all of them because apparently I'd be going all day talking in the chat all about the subjects that I have less interest in, you know. And you know, when you're uninterested in a subject that you don't like or that you have no in favor of learning, it can be very boring, you know. Like, I'm pretty sure like most of you guys subjects, or you know, I'm pretty sure everybody has their weakest subject that they don't like learning. My weak subject technically is math, because I am horrible at math, you know. I mean, I know how to add, divide, and multiply and all that basics, but like, my whole problem is that I'm not quick on adding. Like, I literally have to get a calculator in order for me to calculate the amount of money that I have or the amount of money that I have spent. Now, usually I don't really like count my money as often because I feel like sometimes if I do, I kind of hold up the line, or hold up, like, you know, time for other people who was waiting in the line with me. And this is just me giving like a brief example. Like, if I was like in a line at like 7-Eleven and I'm just counting my money, right? And there's some times where I would feel like, you know, somebody behind me is just like impatient, like, you know. So that's just not. Now I'm just assuming that that's not really the case. I seem to be a bit paranoid when it comes to going in line with other people because I'm very introverted. So yeah, I'm more likely to be a bit more skeptical of my surroundings. And you know, I still don't count my money. You know, I kind of feel like this whole tapping in the background, right? It's just tapping, right? I'm tapping. I believe it's somebody behind me, just, you know, waiting to like for me to go. So instead of me just like count my money quickly, I just actually just not pay for the thing. I actually just took the purchasable item that I was going to purchase back and not pay anything. I kind of got a bit nervous, to be honest. I don't know, because like when it comes to counting math, me, I'm slow at it, like very slow. That like math would be the least subject I learned, right? And like back then in high school, during my 4 years of school, you know, I was pretty good at it. You know, well, I was pretty talented. Like I know how to divide and how to multiply and all that other fucking addition, all that other subtraction, all that other bullshit. But the thing is, I'm just very slow at counting. Another subject that I'm pretty weak at would be government. Now, I'm not sure if any of you guys know, any of you guys ever took government, but if you have, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can relate. And for those who haven't, think of it as like politics, for example, but with government. You know, it's just basically learning the legislative, the three branches of our our constitution, like the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. It's basically teaching you how to vote and get over. However, I do kind of find it a bit pointless because I don't think any kid or anybody who seems to be at the age of under 18 would be likely to be voting. Well, I can't really say for sure because, you know, we got youth nowadays that believe in everything they feel on social media. So actually, I'm not really wrong there. So, never mind that. But I find it a bit pointless because, you know, I myself in particular, I'm not going to like have this as some sort of thing in my life. I'm not gonna like remember this, or I'm not gonna like keep it in my journal and like, you know, become more like a Wall Street journalist for this whole session of having government as a subject. You know, to be honest, that was like the boring subject I ever learned in school. Government is the worst. Like, I'd rather learn history than government. And if anybody says that government is aligned with history, no the fuck it isn't. Because it doesn't talk about any historical events besides voting. And voting, it seems to be the brink of today's society. I mean, we got idiots in office and we got idiots in Congress. We got dumbass people who would vote for idiots and, you know, get zero tolerance for it. You know, and that's the things that I actually miss, to be honest. But enough about that. Alright, so we already displayed 2 subjects. One was math, algebra, and the second one was graphics and formula. And the third one would be
keep fighting.
Trigonometry.
Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
I'm not really sure what that is, to be honest, because I have just now recently heard about it. I think it has something to do with like basically just lettering numbers. That I've been fighting. Give my opinion on this. I've never been taught geometry before. Nor formula. I just hope I'm making sense here because I really hate repeating myself. So I'm just trying to get this. I'm trying to speak slowly as possible, so that's the way I can't, like, you know, sound a bit more off, or, you know, sound a bit nonsense, you know, because like I hate making nonsense, and that's usually the reason of my streams. Tanuki making no sense. Anyway, let's get back to that subject. So trigonometry. Alright, I'm gonna define it now because I actually kind of forgot, because I actually looked at a Reddit post about it, and I also researched it like 2 hours ago before I took a walk in. I just, you know, shit, how did I forget so quickly? You see, it's you know, it's like, is it like, stop that. I'm not making any sense anymore. Let me just, trigonometry. Okay. Trigonometry is the branch of mathematics. There we go. Dealing with the relation of the sides and angles of triangles and with the relevant functions of any angles. So I guess it can equate to geometry then, because geometry is exactly like trigonometry, but it's more with squares than triangles. You know, and then you got fucking mathematics. I mean, polynomial. I kind of forgot the name. Polynomial, and it's basically just about the volumes in the within a sphere. It's basically learning the equation of what's in the circle. And yeah, it's. I kind of forgot. I gotta research that again. I forget a lot of things that I say, so please don't give me any, like, you know. Oh, Tanuki, Tanuki, hurry the fuck up. You know, I'm pretty slow at thinking, so shut up. But since I don't have any idea what that is, let's move to the next subject. And what that is pointless. So back in my days, when I used to be in high school, this one subject, it's not really pointless, but I also think that it's, you know, not worth mentioning. At least in high school. Which is not really a subject, but it's more of an activity that everybody, even including you, have done, which is homework. Now, the reason why I put homework as pointless is because you don't get a grade for doing an assignment that seems to be in the realms of your own home. Now, people may argue that it is a grade, but I don't think you're technically being graded upon that work simply because, you know, it doesn't really go in your report card or your it doesn't really go in your grade, you know. It doesn't come out in your report card. Okay, you would never see that now because it's, you know, obviously homework. So what's the point of doing homework if it's not graded, you might ask? Exactly, you know, it's like, what's the point of doing algebra if we're not going to use it for social skills or for life, basic life impediments, you know? Impediments. Basic life material, you know? And homework, like, because like I did homework, like I'm pretty sure most of us did a lot of homework when we were kids, and still do homework now. My whole problem with homework is that why is it mandatory when not really graded as such? Like, why is it mandatory to do at home but not mandatory at grade? You know, that's my question to the teachers who think that homework is a grade. You must do your homework unless you want to get a double F on your homework exam. That's not a thing. But I'm pretty sure you know where I'm standing from. You know, where I'm standing by. Basically, I just don't understand the point of having homework. You know, because I had a teacher who also didn't believe in homework because it simply doesn't count as a grade. So if it doesn't count as a grade, what does that do? You know, it's the same thing with, like, you know, mathematics and geometry and other things stuff that's related. You know, like you know, equations, radius, proportions. You know, anything that has to do with like measuring or parametering. I don't know how to say that right. Am I saying that? Parametering? Parametering! There we go. Parametering. I think that should be placed like, you know, other suitable, like, work, like, you know, construction, technology, anything that has to do in the place of, like, the workers, you know. And I know one thing for sure, fucking algebra is definitely not a working field. I don't think it's related to that. So, yeah. So, many of you guys, like, you know, have subjects that you guys don't like. You know, it's okay to not like learn, they're like not be interested in learning something that don't be taught. You know, I'm pretty sure both of us when we were kids, we didn't like learning. Like shit. Like back then when I was like in elementary school, I was horrible at learning. Like I get made fun of a lot for just simply just guessing and shit. Only because, you know, I really hate being called out. Because, you know, no one doesn't raise their hand to, like, at least answer a specific question or a specific math problem. Sometimes our teacher would draft us, right? And the worst thing about being drafted is it could be anybody. And I'm well known for being drafted because, you know, my teachers like to pick on the dumb people. And I clearly happen to be one of them. So she gave me this one equation, which it was 4 plus 3. And I swear to you not, I was shitting bricks when the moment she asked me that question. So, I just somehow, like, not answer. You know, because I didn't know it. This was like in 3rd grade, by the way. Elementary school. And, like, I was just very nervous to say it and just unknowingly, unintelligent to learn it. Math was like my horrible subject. I can't stand math. You know, still to this day. No, even though I did title that the subjects being pointless, I'll tell you one thing for sure. I never stay in put on my topics. I always switch for some reason. Like I never promise my subjects anything. My topics for anything. So, yeah. Anyways, how you guys been? If anyone's even in the chat, I can't really tell because, you know, obviously I'm in a game. I mean, I could check my chat, but I don't know. Is it mean of me to not check my chat? Is it ignorant of me to not check my chat? Because there's sometimes I feel like if I want to check my chat and find nobody there, I might just, you know, start to I just might start some problems, and I don't like doing that. So I guess the best way for me to at least avoid such catastrophic toxicity, I'm going to ignore the chat for once. And if anybody says anything in the chat, obviously my text-to-speech voice is on there. So no matter what you say, it will come up. But that's only if you're chatting now. If you're watching, then no. I can't really tell who. Alright, let me just chill in my Discord. And my Discord and everyone else's Discord. Because I forgot to do that, to be honest. I always forget to share my Discord every day. Mainly because I'm slow. At everything. And for you kids who watch this, I know damn well you're thinking, why is Tanuki talking? He's so boring. Well, if you don't like it, piss off then. I'm not here to cater. Oi. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna share it. Just give me a second. Just chilling out my stuff, bruh. Oh, can I chill in here? Oh, this is for pro. But I'll chill in here if I can. Just going to we just going to chill in here. Yeah. Just push it there. There we go. Let's see, we're gonna chill in here. Ooh. Give me a moment. I like to do one thing at a time. Because I'm quite shitty at multitasking, so don't judge me. Okay? Or judge me if you want to. I don't give a fuck. It's not really important anyway, so. But yeah, would you fuck her off? Oy vey. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. There we go. And I'll also chill it in this one if I can. Oh, actually, no, never mind, I can't. Alright, well. Alright, now that I'm done chilling, let's go on to the talking. You know, for those who are new, or just watching this, I'm just let you know now that most of the times, I usually just talk on however I see fit, you know, however I feel. So if anybody has a problem with me talking about whatever subject that seems to be unworthy of your time being, I suggest you either leave at this moment, or you can stay and enjoy the fun, maybe. You know? I'm just saying. Because there's sometimes I get complaints about people, you know, saying that, you know, my content that I make, or the streams that I make sometimes can be a bit just repetitive. I don't know what they mean by that. I guess because the way I speak, or the way I sound, maybe it annoys them or something. But I told them, if you don't like a certain content that seems to be from someone who's either lower or higher than you, then don't watch it. You're not obligated to watch it. No one's forcing you to watch my content. I'm not forcing you to watch my content. This is all on your choice, okay? It's your choice to watch it or not. Alright? And then sometimes, you know, most of the times I kind of feel like, you know, when I do say that, I'm somehow a asshole for calling it out, you know? I mean, well, if you're gonna be the asshole who's telling me that my content is shit and I deserve to kill myself, don't fucking watch my content, you moron. You don't want to watch it, that's all up on you. I can't force you. I mean, not even if I would like to, I still wouldn't, because forcing seems to be a bit more willing, and I don't think that would benefit anyone from interests. So I'm just saying. I get a lot of that sometimes, you know. Just sometimes I get ached in the head with that sort of mentality. It's so, huh? I mean, that's why most of the times if I don't watch a certain content that I'm not up to date with, or just not really reason on watching, I usually just unsub, to be honest. You know, because I to be honest, for anyone who's watching this and the ones who knows me, I unsub for the people who I supported before, and reason why is because I just find them unratifying to me, and also they're not worthy of my time anymore. Well, no more. So the people that I used to hang out with now before are now nothing to me. But I still support them though. I'm just saying, you know, as a human being, I don't give a shit about what they think or what they do anymore. I just kind of lost all ties to it. Holy shit. You know, it's kind of fun to talk while playing a game because, you know, I'm more focusing and talking than playing a game. It's the reason why sometimes I like to come up with like certain topics to talk about and then, you know, and then call it a stream, you know? Because I know today's youth would only watch a stream if it's short. They're not interested in long streams, mainly because they get so bored. But that's fine. I mean, that seems to be the brink of almost everyone that seems to be watching a long stream. Shit, I don't watch streams that are like 4 hours long, only because focusing on a screen for that long is a bit aggravating, to be honest, and irritating. Fuck, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to delete my weapons because I got something in the factory. Ah, shit. So, yeah, what else? Oh, yeah, so today I was on Reddit, and I just have to say this. Now, if you're not familiar with Reddit, don't worry. Tanuki's got your back. Reddit is just this one basic social platform that seems to be positive and friendly content, or friendly platform. However, I kind of think they kind of misunderstood the word social when it comes to having a platform, or when it comes to the media. And the thing that I didn't like about Reddit is the categories in the community that seems to be often known as with r/, and it's not the name. It's just certain rules. In order for me to post certain posts, I have to relate to them, and it has to be specifically in detailed. I can't just post and then have people vote or downvote it, because then I get karma. And even if I were to post on my own profile, I still get a karma. I don't know what's up with fucking Reddit. You know, I don't even like use Reddit, to be honest. Like, the only time I would use Reddit is to like read other people from Reddit or other posts that are related to such as that I've joined to any community that I've joined. I would usually read that instead of making more of my own, because, you know, I'm not gonna spend my whole time making a post and then get rejected as soon as it don't take it for granted, because I know how strict they are with their whole guidelines. And another thing I want to know is that today's society is literally the epitome of just soft. Yeah, I actually kind of miss the times where we used to be, you know, hardworking and not really, you know, not really getting clout off of certain trivial topics such as mental health and stupid shit like what idiotic kids do nowadays. Not all, just some. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys heard of the whole pastry licking. The whole contaminating ice cream, where this lady actually opened up a container of ice cream and then tampered the whole ice cream with disgusting DNA and then somehow put the cat right back inside the fucking container. Like, do you not know how nasty that is? This, like, it is the most disgusting thing I ever seen on the planet. If you don't know what tampering is, it's basically just like, you know, tasting, licking, you know. It's weird, you know. Like, especially if someone had, like, you know, some sort of disease such as corona or the flu, that person's more likely to get it if you're going to do ice cream licking. If any of you kids who do this stupid shit, you're retarded. Or any of you adults who do it, you're retarded as well. The one thing I don't like, and the one thing that I despise the most is retards. Retards specifically. And I mean like the ones that are just like retards by choice. That's the worst part. You know? Kids, not so much, because they seem to be retarded by default. Because, you know, they're kids. But I mean, when it comes to adults, it's like, how do you manage to, like, you know, get along with someone who's just this stupid, you know? Shit, I need to stop talking and more likely get into action, because, like, fuck now, I've been talking for, like, the past 3 minutes of rambling on about fucking nothing at the moment. Well, that's fine. That's usually what my streams are for, rambling on about nothing, because Tanuki seems to be a whiny little bitch. You know? I guess so. Or is it just me that's saying that in my head, and clearly I'm just having dementia at the moment? Eh, it can be both. I really don't give a shit. So let's see. You know, I don't really use these weapons as often. Let's see. I'm gonna delete the fragger, because the fragger, meh, I don't do. It's slow. I don't do slow. I don't do slow weapons. They're too slow for my endurance. Now we got the Sobek, the shotgun. Now that we got the Sobek, we now are going to equip the Sobek. Look how gorgeous it looks. It looks pretty amazing. Alright, now we're going to upgrade it. And so far I only got point blank. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, let me get back to the topic that I was talking about. So, I wanted to talk about something that's a bit on my mind, and this is more likely have to do with politics related, and I am not really interested in politics, but since, you know, since, you know, I have a problem with some of it, might as well just talk about it, you know? Like, just the whole thing with politics in general, not like a specific political update, it's just politics in general. And here's what I think about politics in general. It's evil, and it's very productive light, and it can be used in a good or bad way. But I think it's more likely to be used. It's more likely to be used from clout, to get clout or to get attention, easy attention. And although I don't really mind people getting attention, because, you know, that seems to be the brink of almost everything nowadays. Why it's called social media. But I just can't stand the ones who elect somebody who seems to not do nothing in office. And I'm pretty sure you know who the fuck I'm talking about, you Trump supporters. Yeah, that's right. Said it. And it's coming from me. A used Republican, a conservative. I used to be a conservative, you know. I would say a used conservative, but that sounds a bit nasty. And I don't think he's doing anything besides chilling in his, you know, in the White House and doing basically just doing nothing, you know. If it's anything, I think most politicians who try to like, you know, try to like compete in elections and everything, I just think no matter what who elected, there's no way we're gonna have any fixed economy. The only reason why I say this is because we got idiots who vote for other idiots, and it's gonna, and if we don't like put a stop to it, then it's gonna keep happening. You know? I do not want to see 2030 as the year of zero tolerance / stupidity, because if so, it just, yeah, I think 230 should just be automatically just eliminated from the spectrum of the year. I'm just saying. I mean, like, I feel like the more we advance, the less vulnerable and the less intelligent that we become, or the more brainwashed we become, because we're happen to believe in everything. I mean, we believe in all these fucking news propaganda such as Fox News, NBC, NSBC, ABC, CNN, Vice News, Daily News, the Washington Post, Huffington Post, let's see, New York Times, Miami Times, Guardian, USA Today, all that other bullshit ass propaganda that seems to be everywhere. It annoys me, you know? Now, I want you guys to try something later on, maybe, if you're interested in trying it out. If you were to just type in, like, anything that is not news related, you're going to get some news. I'll tell you that. Like, I never, like, have, put in a keyword that never, like, you know, mention anything from CNN whatsoever. Like, the moment I get on YouTube, almost everything that is recommended to me is CNN. Technically. CNN and Fox News. And I don't like none of them because, number one, I just so happen to not like news, especially if it's for entertainment purposes, especially if the person who's reporting it is only reporting it for the sake of just getting clout. Or for the sake of just, you know, making money. But I have nothing against that. It's when they, like, say it and make it as a big deal and then don't do anything about it. It's when they complain about it, right? But don't really do anything to, like, you know, to make a change. It's more like, you know, begging for attention. Crazy, you know? Basically just whine. So it's like, you know, listen to me! If you listen to me, I will make sure everything will be right the way it is. You count on me. I'm not like the other people. You could consider them more like the type of people that are like nice guys, nice girls, who say that they would get to the bottom of this but never end up doing it, and instead getting paid off of it, like, you know, a certain creator who I stuck to, which I don't really keep in track of, mainly because I don't give a shit, is like that, you know? It's like he talks about the certain subjects that seems to be trending, but not really relevant, you know? I mean, not really relevant. Not new, you know? Because, you know, everything that seems to happen on the news technically isn't really new, especially when it comes to death and other, like, you know, political discussions and civil discourse. It's like, am I surprised to, like, not be amused by the things that most news reporters say? Because I thought the news is usually about, like, weather and controversial situations, you know, celebrities getting married and having kids out of wedlock, or talking about how big how big Kim Kardashian's ass is, like, just news like that, you know? And I feel like most of these are, like, in favor of celebrities, and no matter what celebrities say, it's like, they find that studying and writing. I find it as annoying and pathetic. You know why? Because they don't really do anything besides banter. They do it because, you know, they obviously have a fan base.
Do you choose to leave now
because, you know,
or continue fighting?
How else you're gonna get, you know, recognized or inspired if you don't have a fan base, you know? I don't think I'm making any sense there.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure.
I think I
Let's
just
go
contradict
home.
myself. But what I'm saying is that, in all due respect, I just think that anyone who thinks this whole little Trump thing that's going on right now, like the impeachment and everything, I think it's just all stage. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to believe something that seems to be directly from TV. And TV is well known for broadcasting stuff from your own home or wherever. You know? Now TV is not reality. It definitely isn't, you know? It's not like I would, like, cry over or tear up for, like, things that I've learned in history or the things that I watched from World War I to II. It's not like I'm gonna get this emotional, this emotional like feeling or the emotional consideration of, you know, feeling bad. No, it's because, you know, I don't know, I wasn't there, so how can I, you know, feel bad or good about it if I have never experienced these things that happen in historical events? You know, it's the reason why it's called history for the beginning. I mean, for the first place. You know, even and it's you know, it's always gonna be with you forever. You know, always. And TV, oh, it is the worst and the unintelligent way of getting resources and advice from. I'm just saying. Like, do me a favor. If you watch TV, that's fine. But if you believe in almost everything that happens to be on news-related TV, such as like CNN and all the other ones that I have named in the previous, it's okay to believe them. I'm just saying, just don't overly take that belief and become one-sided. If anything, at least have both perspective and have an open mind. I think people who have an open mind are likely to live a healthier and a independent life, or are likely to be a bit more, you know, more interacting, more interesting. You know, I think you start more. I think it's more civil when you have an open mind when it comes to discussions or discourse, which could be anything, you know. And I always had that mind, always, because being closed-minded seems to be like just the epitome of like breaking down into being mental, you know. Because I used to be a conservative one time, and I thought being conservative was like just a day-to-day life of me. It's the reason why I kept all the posters and everything. I was making posts daily and daily. I actually kind of found something that I was interested in. Not only that, but I also added music to the flavor, so it makes it twice as interesting throughout the day. Until I kind of got a bit fed up with it, because apparently, no matter what I see, that seems to be on a conservative viewpoint, I felt like nothing was getting through. Not only that, but I also felt like I had to agree with others if I want to be a conservative. And, you know, that was new to me. Okay? Now you have to remember, this was after I graduated, so I didn't really know what to choose. So technically, I was a bit of a dumbass at the moment. This was during the time when I was moving into moving out of a previous place that I used to live in Kissimmee. And yeah, and that's when I started becoming conservative, posting a lot of tweets about conservative thoughts and ideas. Although I kind of think tweeting it to Twitter on a post feed doesn't really get your attention around, you know, Because no one's not gonna give a shit about what you tweet or what you post at the end of the day. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you can post whatever the fuck you want. But I'm just saying, you know, the downfall of me becoming the downfall of me not becoming a servant anymore was just hold on, it was just too competitive, right? I felt like if I were to be equated with conservatives, I might be labeled as some sort of Nazi or whatever name that seems to bring with the left/liberal narrative, which I hardly even use these words, but anyone who seems to hate the independent minds seems to be abbreviated, seems to be labeled as a Nazi or a white supremacist. And I've been labeled as that just simply because of being a conservative. And I even told them that I'm not a white supremacist, because if I was, I'm pretty sure that I would be talking to you. And this person was Asian, by the way. And nah, I mean, like, most likely white supremacy is more of a superiority complex between your race being superior than the other races combined. But then again, this can be said for the same with black supremacy and also Asian supremacy. But if I were to use the word in default terms, supremacy is just basically being superior than another being, or another group of people, another species, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really have to involve race. And the only time it does is when you bring up the color white or black. You know, well, it's not even a race, it's just a color. But if you were to bring up like African American supremacy or like Caucasian supremacy, it's all that buzzwords, you know. Like, that's a mouthful right there. I don't think people would say that. I just wish, you know, we can focus more on the more controversial stuff than the trivial stuff such as racism. You know, because I hear that a lot every day on fucking Twitter, man. Every day it seems to happen on Twitter. Not even on Twitter, on my Instagram as well. And no matter where I go, I can't ignore it because it seems to be recommended everywhere. Even though I haven't followed nobody who's obligated to speak such banter. You know, I try not to get involved in that because I have friends and parents who would disagree with some of the things I say. All right, which that's fine with me. I could care less. As long as they don't try to do anything that seems to be
That's all from me.
Like scummy out of all human beings, such as, you know, demoting somebody simply because of their ethnicity or color, then yeah, I think, you know, I think I would have a kind of a problem with that. But other than that, I don't think the whole thing with racism to me is just fucking stupid. It's the media that surrounds it and portrayed as if it's still a thing. Don't get me wrong, it still exists. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying that it never did. I'm definitely not saying that it's a myth. Of course it exists. I'm just saying that, you know, it doesn't seem to be as big as it was back then, you know. I'm just saying.
Disgusting, is it not? Operator, no! Have you lost your mind?
I'm just saying, you know. Well, this has been a while, but here. What the hell is that? I never understood that. What does it do? Hold on for a second. I want to know what it does. Does it drain down my health or anything? Like, what's up? Huh. I don't know what it seems to not do anything, so I really don't know what that do. What it does. You know, we haven't went to that other door yet. I would like to unlock it. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the whole thing about racism and everything. I think it's just, if you were to have, in my own opinion, I think it's like a way of trying to just get clout because, you know, I think it's a lot easier to, you know, cry racism than, you know, than actually, you know, seeing a bunch of them. I mean, like, it's really fucking hard to explain. Like, the society is just, it's oof at the moment. I can't really explain it myself, but what I'm trying to say is that racism is never going to go away unless you stop talking about it. That's all. You know, and the more, and if you stop talking about it, and the more you stop talking about it, the less problematic it becomes, you know? Like, take for example, sexism, right? If you still think that sexism exists, I mean, well, I'm pretty sure it still does, but if you think that, you know, it's against, you know, if it's like sexism towards women, then, you know, and not sexism towards men, then, you know, how would that work? You know? I mean, sexism is everywhere. I mean, like, it's not gonna go away unless you let it go away, you know? I mean, there's like, you keep talking about this whole systematic oppression and, you know, suppression between sexism and racism, and all it does, it increases your mentality of believing it. It increases your belief. And the more you believe it, the more you're likely to be encumbered by it. And, you know, that's when you start to have a closed mind and echo chamber, is when they give you, is when you start to become adapt to the whole, I guess the whole analogy of social media. Because no matter what on the internet, there's always going to be a particular statistic that might say something different, and then another one that would say completely the. I mean, there's going to be a statistic that's going to have their own individual percentage of the population and stuff. Shit, I'm not even sure where I gone from here. Holy crap! I think I just rambled on and on and on just to get something, just to start up something. I'm actually starting to get more. I'm actually starting to become less excited about this game and more excited about just talking. But that's what I like about it, though. It's, you know, I don't mean to, like, you know, not brag, or I don't mean to, like, boasting about my channel, but like talking about the subject besides the game itself kind of does feel like I have something to like stream for, you know? Because there's some people who tell me, hey Tanuki, I like your streams, and sometimes I won't believe them when they say it, because I don't know, maybe because I have this paranoid mind where like they're just only saying it because I have a display in front of me in a game, and simply it says a lot more. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, some people say that I have like this ASMR voice where I can put people to sleep. A bit weird, but okay. So I don't know if I could take that as a compliment, but I didn't see it as a tunt, so I guess I could just take it. But like, you know, simply, I like to make these streams simply because of interacting and just talking, you know. That's why most of the times when I'm not interacting with my streams, I'm usually somewhere else trying to work on me, myself, and I. Or just, you know, not in the mood for streaming, because I noticed that I lost track of my schedule of uploading streams daily, only because I seem to lose a lot of my confidence in making this. But then again, it's a hobby, so it's like, this was only inspired to me by another friend of mine that happens to be a creator herself. Now, I wouldn't call her a YouTuber because she's a bit, she's a bit in the, she still has a low amount of subs, but they're more than mine. So I'll tell you that. And she was my inspiration of making the whole the whole YouTube channel thing with the whole political discussion streams. You know, until it got ratifying to the point where I didn't feel like making it because I don't know. I felt like I didn't really gain anything from it besides her audience and the people that watch her. And I'd rather have my own the demographic than just having someone else's. Like I know that when you're promoted, you know, it's obviously, you know, it's obviously going to be someone that's going to watch you simply because of that person that promoted you, obviously, because you wouldn't watch it in the first place if I were to promote it. But then again, that's why we have shield and links and you can share with friends and others. All right, but let me get to the point. This whole information with this whole YouTube streaming was nothing more than to get clout off. I'll admit, when I first started this, I actually was thinking about growing a community. I wanted to see if I can actually get people to like really become more vulnerable in speaking up on YouTube and not being censored by your demographics that is catered to, you know, kids, such as, you know, what's her name, the CEO of YouTube, Susan Wojcicki, or whatever the fuck her name is, Wabberjack, or something like that. Oh man, and I used to be on the brink of that, because, you know, YouTube back then was like a corporation. It used to be more of just a platform where you just shill a video. I mean, it wasn't really like, you know, corporation related. It was just a platform where you can just shill videos, any video in particular. It doesn't really have to be a particular video. It doesn't really have to be commentary. It doesn't really have to be anything. It's just a video. Fuck, you can even make a video. It used to be about like making a video of like a fucking baby just burping 3 times a day. And like it still get like bunches of clicks and fucking viral as fuck. I mean, like YouTube used to be about that, okay? YouTube used to be about just getting viral hits, my nigga. I mean, I miss the times when like that guy was sucking down like 5 hot dogs and spitting 3 of them out. For those of you who are in the old generation, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. For those who are new, well, I'm sorry to hear, but yeah, you might not know this, but yeah, back then, YouTube used to be more like, shit, what was it? It used to be just like a platform for just shitting whatever that interests you, you know, whatever that you want to post, whatever that fits you, right? And we never had like these corporations. There was no corporation being owned by someone. You know, I've been noticing that YouTube has been changing into something more than just a platform for creators. I think it's more likely turning into a business, which I'm pretty sure it is, obviously. But I'm saying, you know, for those who wants to become a YouTube creator or a content creator, I think the majority of you who happens to be at the lowest sub count is not going to make it. So that also includes me. I think I'm not going to make it simply because of what YouTube became today. I mean, we have all this fucking, you know, the double standard and this whole politically incorrect behavior does not fly with me. And the thing I don't like about YouTube is that they make it okay for children, child pornography to be listed here. Yet, yet somehow me saying the word fuck or nigga somehow gets me a strike for a year. How is that a fair comparison? That's what I want to know. Can anybody answer that? Because I sure don't. That's like trying to say, you know, kids are allowed to like make their own decisions on shit. I don't know. Oh, it's a shitty example. Hold on. Let me just think of one real quick. Alright, let's say, for example, you get a harsher punishment for like being accused of murder, even though nobody has legitimately evidence for backing it up. And the girl who accused you was named Karen. And instead of her getting punishments, she gets a free pass to not only play the victim, but to escape court. And you would be thinking, you know, that's kind of fucked up. Well, of course it is, you know. That's why I rather have equality on both sides, where if you're gonna view this side of the story, view the other side of the story before we start to take any, you know, any answers in consideration. Which YouTube seems to be horribly bad at, you know. But I think I'm gonna stop it there for now, because I think me rambling on about nothing is just not gonna get anywhere. So, if you guys do enjoy this, though, if you want me to rant more about this stuff,
Later.
make this a bit short to the point where you guys will have to, oh, Tanuki, you're talking, it makes me want to fucking grind your throat into a meat slicer and then put the meat slicer into a river and then dump the river into some sort of sewer. I don't even know if that makes sense. But anyways, yeah. If you like or dislike, make sure to put it in the ratings below. Shit, that was stupid. If you do enjoy this content, if not or not, make sure you give me a like or a dislike, or comment what you think about this these subjects, you know, or let me know what you guys think about if I should like keep continuing with this, because I always say that I would like continue with this whole damn like discussion with these subjects, but I never like stay on point, mainly because I'm forgetful and have short memory, and my parents would usually tell me that it's not good to have that. I somehow banged the deaf off, because kids also have short memory as well. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't be expected to know everything, goddammit. So, you know, but anyways, hopefully you guys have a good night, or a good day, or a good evening, and I'll see you in the next stream. Take care, and